Multiple rounds of snow are about to hammer the United States, and what's coming is relentless. 3 separate storm systems in 5 days, a blizzard already underway in West Virginia, heavy snow slamming New England right now, another clipper diving south tomorrow that could dump 5 inches on Indianapolis, and then a third system this weekend that might finally deliver a significant snowstorm to the I-95 corridor, areas that have been completely shut out so far this season. In 30 seconds, I'm revealing which cities are about to see their biggest snow of the season, and why the pattern that's setting up could mean continuous winter weather through Christmas. If you've been waiting for real winter, it's here. If you've been dreading it, buckle up. Right now, this very moment, heavy snow is pounding the interior Northeast. Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, the Adirondacks, the Tug Hill Plateau, winter storm warnings are up. Heavy wet snow in the higher elevations. 6 to 12 inches falling in the favored zones. Meanwhile, rain is falling along the I-95 corridor from New York City down to Boston, but some of you might see a brief switch to snow later tonight. At the same time, further south, something remarkable is developing. A blizzard warning, an actual blizzard warning, is in effect for West Virginia. Higher elevations of the central Appalachians are about to get hammered. This aggressive northwest flow event has trended much farther south than originally forecast. Areas down into the Smokies, the Tennessee-North Carolina border, could see several inches. We're talking above 3,000 to 4,000 feet elevation, serious accumulating snow. But that's just system number 1. Here's where it gets intense. Tomorrow morning, system number 2 drops in. A clipper diving south out of the northern Rockies. This one's colder than what just passed through. Cold enough for accumulating snow in Chicago, cold enough to bring several inches to Indianapolis, cold enough to reach Louisville and Cincinnati. This happens tomorrow, Thursday, into Friday morning. Heavy snow across Minneapolis tomorrow morning, early afternoon. Then it dives into the Midwest, Chicago, Peoria, Bloomington, Madison, Milwaukee, all seeing accumulating snow tomorrow evening. By 9 to 10 p.m. tomorrow night, still snowing in Chicago, snow reaching Kalamazoo. The big question: how far south does it get? Right now, it looks locked in for the Midwest and Ohio Valley. Middle of the night tomorrow into Friday morning, a round of snow moves into West Virginia, takes over the entire state of Ohio, Columbus, Dayton, Cincinnati, all getting hit. And here's your first reward point at exactly 3 minutes 20 seconds. Snow accumulation forecasts for this clipper system. Southern Wisconsin, several inches possible. Chicago area, you could see anywhere from 1 inch to potentially 4 or 5 inches depending on exact track. North central Illinois down into central Indiana, that's the sweet spot. 2 to 5 inches of snow. Indianapolis, that's a pretty decent event. 2 to 5 inches on the way. Ohio gets hammered. Columbus, Dayton, Wilmington, Cincinnati, 3 to 4 inches from this clipper. Kentucky sees a few inches, especially eastern Kentucky. Now watch areas like London, Elizabethtown. Could this trend even farther south? And here's the thing, there's probably going to be another round of snow in this area later in the weekend. That's not even included in these forecasts yet. This is just system number 2. What comes after this? System number 3. Saturday into Sunday. This third round can combine with more energy as it moves east. And this is where things get really interesting for the Northeast. This could finally be the system that delivers for the I-95 corridor, areas that have been completely ripped off so far this season. Let me show you what the models are indicating. Saturday, that third area of snow moves in. Not the Friday system, the Saturday one. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 3 systems in a row. This one probably hits the Ohio Valley again, central Appalachian Mountains. It's going to be a wintry weekend, but then the energy can combine a bit, and we could see snow for the Delmarva, areas of New Jersey, trying to get into the Northeast. Check this out! Some models show snow dipping all the way back down into the southern Appalachian Mountains. Mountains of North Carolina, Tennessee seeing a swath of moderate to heavy snowfall Sunday morning, areas that really haven't seen much snow this season. Then it tries to build a low-pressure system off the coastline Sunday, bringing accumulating snow along that I-95 corridor. The Euro AI model swings this in and delivers a pretty nice snow event across the Northeast, the I-95 corridor. You have to watch the Mid-Atlantic with this setup too. For sure, watch the Mid-Atlantic. This could be several inches of snowfall across areas of the I-95 corridor. We'll continue to watch this, but there's definitely a signal here. Now at the 5-minute mark, I promised you something critical, and here it is, the blast of Arctic air coming behind all of this. Regardless of whether we get that northeast snowstorm or not, here comes a blast of cold air behind the first trough digging through right now into the later portion of this week. Then we get a blast of Arctic air that follows. Very, very cold air. This continues to trend a little bit colder, and it's actually beginning to trend a little bit further south again. We had this Arctic air mass showing up pretty far south, then it trended north, now it's trending back a little further south. As we get into the end of this weekend, a very cold air mass moves in and sticks around all the way to the end of the weekend, into the start of next week. Then we see a warm-up show up, looks like a widespread lower 48 warm-up. But let's talk about just how cold this Arctic blast is going to be. The trough digs down, bringing very cold air to the eastern U.S. We're not just talking about a quick shot of cold. This is sustained, below average temperatures for multiple days. The kind of cold that makes everything harder. The kind of cold that tests infrastructure. The kind of cold that's dangerous if you're not prepared. Let me give you specific details on what's coming. Winter weather advisories are already reissued for the next area of snow moving in. High wind warnings across the Dakotas, surrounding states, Iowa. Wind advisories widespread. Winter storm warnings just expired for the system that swung through, but more are coming. Ongoing winter weather advisories for accumulating snow across New England, the Northeast. Winter storm warnings for the Tug Hill Plateau, the Adirondacks, southern areas of Vermont. Blizzard warnings for West Virginia for back-edge northwest flow snow. That's going to be quite aggressive. Winter weather advisories surround that, extending all the way down into the Smokies. Wind advisories up everywhere. Very windy system. Pretty strong northwest flow event has trended a lot further south, all the way down into the southern Appalachian Mountains. There's so much happening simultaneously that it's hard to track it all. Everything's kind of blended together, multiple areas of energy swinging through. Let me break down the timeline so you understand exactly when each system hits your area. Current system. Heavy snow for the interior northeast through this evening. Mainly rain along I-95. Heavy wet snow in higher elevated regions of New England. Possible switch to snow later tonight in Boston briefly. Lake-enhanced snow following off Lake Huron, Lake Erie, Lake Ontario. Not a huge deal, just lake effect bands. Central and southern Appalachian Mountains. Rain moving over, switching to heavy snow in higher elevations of West Virginia. An all-out blizzard, then northwest flow kicks in. Higher elevations could get several inches of snow above 3,000 to 4,000 feet. Down into Tennessee, North Carolina mountains, aggressive northwest flow event. Snow continues as far south as the Smokies tonight. Even the Tri-Cities area could see flurries, maybe some bursts of moderate snow. Tomorrow, Thursday, Clipper number 2 arrives. Energy brings heavy snow across Minneapolis tomorrow morning, early afternoon, dives into the Midwest. Definitely colder compared to the system you just dealt with. Cold enough for snow in Chicago, Peoria, Bloomington. Around 5 to 6 p.m. tomorrow, snow moving through Bloomington, Peoria, Chicago, Madison, Milwaukee, getting down to Indianapolis. Swath of accumulating snow reaches Louisville, Cincinnati, Dayton. 9 to 10 p.m. tomorrow night, still snowing in Chicago, Kalamazoo getting snow. Middle of the night tomorrow into Friday morning, snow moves into West Virginia, takes over Ohio. Columbus, Dayton, Cincinnati, all impacted. Some areas could see significant accumulation. Friday. Lingering snow showers, but main system moves out. Cold air follows. Temperatures dropping, wind chills becoming a factor. This sets the stage for system number 3. Saturday into Sunday. Third system arrives. This one has the most potential for a widespread, significant event. Energy from the Rockies combines with coastal moisture. Potential for heavy snow, Ohio Valley, Central Appalachians, and possibly the I-95 corridor. Models showing increasing agreement on this. Here's your second reward point. Why this pattern is so significant. We're entering a phase where the jet stream is locked in a configuration that favors repeated storm systems. Cold air is firmly established across the eastern U.S. Storm track is perfectly positioned to bring snow to areas that have seen very little so far. This isn't just a random active period. This is a pattern shift. For weeks, storms have been tracking too far north or sliding out to sea before developing. Cold air hasn't been in the right place. Moisture sources haven't aligned properly. But now, everything's coming together. The jet stream dip is deeper. The cold air is farther south. The storm track is right over the prime snow-producing areas. What does this mean for you? If you're in the Midwest, Great Lakes, Ohio Valley, interior Northeast, you're looking at multiple snow events over the next 5 days. Not one big storm, but several moderate events that add up. A couple inches here, 3 to 4 there, maybe 6 to 8 in the favored spots. By Sunday, many areas could have accumulated a foot or more total from all these systems combined. If you're along the I-95 corridor, you've been shut out so far. Mostly rain or nothing at all, while areas just inland get buried. That could change Sunday. The setup looks increasingly favorable for a coastal storm that actually has cold air in place. Not a rain event, not a changeover situation. Actual snow from the start. Accumulating snow. Maybe even significant accumulating snow. Now, let me talk about the impacts of this relentless snow pattern. It's not just about totals, it's about frequency. When you get snow events back to back to back, several things happen. First, snow removal becomes a challenge. Crews barely finish clearing one system before the next one arrives. Snow piles build up, roads stay messy, parking lots stay clogged. Second, travel becomes consistently difficult. It's not just one bad day, it's multiple bad days in a row. Airlines struggle to keep schedules, highways stay slick, accidents pile up, emergency response times increase. People fall behind on getting to work, making appointments, living normal life. Third, the cold that comes with these systems is cumulative. Each wave brings another shot of Arctic air. Temperatures never get a chance to moderate. The cold just builds and builds. Heating systems work over time. Pipes stay at risk of freezing. Energy costs go up. Vulnerable populations struggle. Fourth, the psychological impact is real. When it's one storm, you deal with it and move on. When it's storm after storm after storm, it wears on you. Cabin fever sets in. Seasonal depression gets worse. People get tired of dealing with winter, and we're only in early December. Let me give you city-by-city breakdowns so you know exactly what to expect. Minneapolis, you're getting hit tomorrow morning. Heavy snow possible, several inches likely. Then the cold settles in. You're used to this, but it's still going to be significant. Make sure you're prepared. Chicago, tomorrow evening into Friday morning is your window. Could be several inches, maybe more if the track is right. This is a legitimate accumulating snow event. The Loop and northern suburbs could see 4 to 5 inches. South suburbs maybe a bit less. But everyone sees accumulating snow. Milwaukee and Madison, similar timing to Chicago. Tomorrow evening, heavy snow moves in. Could be several inches. Travel Thursday night and Friday morning will be difficult. Give yourself extra time. Don't use cruise control. Bridges freeze first. Indianapolis, you're right in the bullseye for this clipper. 2 to 5 inches looks likely. This is your first significant snow of the season for many of you. Roads will be slick, temperatures dropping behind the snow. Flash freeze possible Friday morning. Leave early for work Friday. Columbus, Dayton, Cincinnati, you're all seeing 3 to 4 inches from this system. Middle of the night timing means Friday morning commute will be a disaster. Plan accordingly. Work from home if you can. If you must drive, extreme caution. Louisville, you're on the southern edge. Maybe a couple inches. But Saturday's system could bring more. You might see multiple rounds this week. Cleveland, you're dealing with lake effect on top of the clipper snow. Amounts could be higher east of the city. West side maybe sees 3 to 4 inches. East side could see 6 to 8 or more depending on lake effect enhancement. Detroit, you're getting clipped by this too. Few inches likely. Travel impacts Thursday night and Friday morning. Cold air follows. Pittsburgh, you're in a zone that sees multiple systems. This clipper, then the weekend system, could add up to significant totals by Sunday. New York City, you're mostly rain from the current system. Maybe a brief changeover to snow tonight, but nothing significant. The weekend system is your better chance for accumulating snow. Watch that closely. Boston, similar to New York, current system is rain, maybe brief snow tonight. Weekend system has better potential. Interior New England is doing much better with current system. Worcester, Springfield, areas north and west seeing heavy snow now. Washington, D.C. and Baltimore, you've been completely shut out. Weekend system might finally deliver. If that coastal low develops and tracks right, you could see your first accumulating snow. Too early for specific numbers, but the setup is there. Now, let's talk about preparation. With multiple systems coming, you need to be ready for an extended period of winter weather. Stock up on supplies now, before the first system hits. Bread, milk, eggs, whatever you need. Don't wait until Thursday when everyone else is at the store. Check your snow removal equipment. Shovels, snow blowers, ice melt. Make sure everything works. Have extra supplies on hand. If your snow blower breaks during the first storm, you still have 2 more coming. Vehicle preparation is critical. Make sure your car is winter ready. Good tires with tread. Antifreeze levels correct. Battery in good shape. Windshield washer fluid full. Ice scraper and brush in the car. Emergency kit with blankets, water, flashlight, phone charger. Home heating system needs to be working properly. With the cold air following these systems, your heat will be running non-stop. Change filters if needed. Have backup heating sources if possible. Make sure vents aren't blocked by snow. Watch for ice dams on your roof if you're getting multiple heavy snow events. Snow builds up, starts melting, refreezes at the edge. Water backs up under shingles, can cause significant damage. Keep an eye on it, especially if temperatures fluctuate. Check on vulnerable neighbors, elderly people, people living alone, people with disabilities. Make sure they're prepared for multiple days of winter weather. Offer to help with snow removal if they can't do it themselves. Here's your third and final reward point. What to watch for as this pattern evolves. First, track the exact path of Thursday's clipper. If it wobbles 50 miles south, areas like Louisville and Lexington get much more snow. If it wobbles north, Chicago gets less. Second, watch how much cold air is in place for Sunday's potential coastal storm. If it's colder, snow reaches farther south and accumulates better. If it's marginal, we're talking rain to snow changeover. Lower totals, coastal areas staying rain. Third, watch the jet stream pattern into next week. Right now it looks like we get very cold after these systems, then a brief warm-up. But does that warm-up stick around? Or does the cold return? This determines whether this active pattern continues through Christmas or if we get a break. Fourth, watch lake effect enhancement with each system. Downwind of the Great Lakes, amounts can be significantly higher than forecast. If winds align perfectly, some areas could see double what the main system brings. Fifth, watch for any additional systems beyond these 3. The pattern is loaded. There could be more coming that we're not even tracking yet. Stay informed. Check forecasts daily. This is going to be a very active period. Multiple systems, lots of snow for many areas, and a blast of Arctic air following it all. The pattern is locked in. Real winter has arrived. If you've been waiting for snow, you're about to get it. If you've been dreading winter, well, it's here whether you like it or not. Stay safe out there. Prepare now for multiple events. Don't get caught off guard. Have supplies ready. Know the forecast for your area. Plan travel carefully. Check on people who need help. This is the real deal. Multiple rounds of snow, significant cold, and it all starts happening within the next 24 hours. Share this information with people who need it. If you know someone in Indianapolis who might not realize they're about to get several inches of snow, tell them. If you know someone in the Northeast hoping for that I-95 snowstorm, let them know it's looking better for Sunday. Information helps people prepare. Preparation saves lives and prevents problems. Be safe out there. Enjoy the snow if you're into that. Stay warm if you're not. And remember, after every winter storm, spring always comes. This is just a season. It will pass. But right now, we need to deal with what's coming. Multiple rounds of snow. Arctic air. Real winter weather. Get ready. It starts tomorrow.